I did not expect to have 2 gold medals. I was hoping to get medals in the Super G and the combined, but I didn't think they'd be gold. So that's definitely a pleasant surprise so far. But you know, maybe that puts a little added pressure for the GS. We'll see.
I don't know. When I was 16, I guess I didn't think that I was going to have the career that I did, with so many injuries and missing almost 5 years of skiing. So somehow in those 5 years I did make it to 2 world championships. But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how things have been going lately, and I've learned a lot in the last couple years.
I think we always have, you know, top-level athletes that we don't have the deepest team like the Austrians do or something like that, but we have, you know, for a while we've had athletes that are, you know, winning races, and yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, in World Championships and Olympics, the fields aren't quite as deep as they normally are, so we have better opportunities and maybe have a little less pressure, but I think it's, you know, kind of a coincidence. Medal count-wise, this World Championships, we're doing better than Austria, which is cool to see, especially being in Austria. But we don't have anywhere close to the depth, you know. On the women's side, we only have 2 girls on the tech side. And on the men's side, you know, we only have myself in the top 15 in giant slalom, and we don't have anybody else until Tim Jitloff in the 20s. So, you know, we have a very good team at the top end with Mikaela, myself, and Lindsay and Julia and Bodie, but I think the next group of guys are still waiting to come up, and we have a young team, and you know, we have nowhere close to the depth of Austria.
I was following the races in my house. We have a very small TV, and so I was using binoculars to look at the TV, and I was so excited. Ted is really kind of carrying the weight of the ski team on his shoulders right now, and it doesn't seem to bother him, which is so inspiring to me, because through everything he's just taking more power into himself and skiing faster. And the GS is coming up. I know everybody's excited, but I feel like he's just going to be skiing, which is really cool. It's something that I'm learning from. Yes, I consider myself a favorite. I think you'd have to ask everybody else that question. But I'm really excited to have Marlies back racing. I don't know if the decision's final yet, but she's always been an inspiration to me. And throughout this season, I've had 3 wins, and I'm proud of it. But I've always felt like there was that piece missing, because Marlies she's a slalom queen, and you know, I can win the Snow Princess or all these different titles, but she wasn't there. So I'm excited to have her back, and I know that I'm sure there's a lot of pressure on her, but I think that she's going to perform strongly, and I'm really excited to race against her. I think it's a complete field now. I think that pressure is just a frame of mind. It's just a mindset, and I'm doing this for me. I'm racing because I've always loved racing, and I love the feeling of going fast, and there's this adrenaline rush that can't be replaced, and that's all I'm doing when I race. When I'm in the start, I'm not thinking about what, you know, my friends want me to do or my parents want me to do.
Yeah, I think in a way, having had the success this year, there is definitely more pressure, just because you know, you value that those achievements that much, and you definitely want it. So I want to try to defend my title in the GS, and you know, after winning the last couple races here, it adds more pressure. But at the same time, I think it's not more pressure than I've dealt with before in other World Cup races, and it's, you know, like Mikaela said, it's just skiing. You just have to ski fast down through the gates, and you just got to get your head out of the way. On the tech side, I mostly work on the tech side, and I think we don't have, well, Barron, he works with the Euro Cup guys mostly, but most of our coaches are American that I work with. I've worked a little bit with Andy, but you know, they do a good job for sure. But yeah, I think it takes the whole coaching staff, and it's not like all of a sudden I'm way better this year than I ever have been before. So yeah, they've definitely helped for sure. But I'm not going to sit here and give Austrian coaches all the credit.
Yes.
I haven't trained GS in a while, actually, because this month is so jam-packed with downhill and slalom races that I really haven't had much time. And then here I've been training all the downhill training runs, and then doing the Super G and training some slalom, trying to get ready for the combined as well. So I really haven't had much time on the GS skis, but I think in the next couple of days I'll have 2 days of GS training, and that should be enough to get the timing and the precision back, that I can be fast again. And GS is something that actually comes back to me pretty quickly relative to some other events. But yeah, the snow actually here is set up really well. It's surprising how the snow conditions have come out with what kind of poor weather they've been having in the weeks leading up to this. So I think they've done a great job, and I think being on the hill and skiing the speed races and the Super G and the slalom even yesterday helps you get used to that snow conditions, because it's not 100% like normal race conditions. It's hard, but also has kind of a springish layer to it, so it's a little bit different.